Hello, welcome. My name is Adrian, and today I wanted to show you a little project I've been working on. So this is my drone. His name is Confessor, and I built him over the course of like 2 weeks, but that's just because the parts I bought didn't arrive. They arrived one at a time. Um, and so I was okay with like putting it together and working on my workbench right here to, build it over the course of 2 weeks. Really, though, if you had all the parts collected, you could build one of these in probably like 3 or 4 hours. All you need is a little bit of skill with a soldering iron, and honestly, if you just have like a set of hex drivers, I mean, that's all you really need. What else? Maybe some wire strippers too. And of course, at the end of it, you're going to want to check continuity, so make sure you have some kind of multimeter. Otherwise, let me go over really quick what the parts are here. So the camera is a DJI O4 Air Unit Pro. The antenna are ELRS, and the receiver is right here, electrical taped. The propellers, the motor, the ESC on the bottom, and the flight controller on the top. The ESC is where you see these solders, these joints. The flight controller on the top, all four of those came from a T-Motor Hub pack. And yeah, and the frame is Quad Mula's Siren F5 frame. I do want to say that in this frame, unless you stick the camera out really far, farther than I've stuck it out, I think you're gonna get the propellers in the video. So, but other than that, I mean, it's fine if you just want to fly freestyle. I think most people prefer to have the propellers in the video. Comes with some bumper guards around it too. So that's pretty much it for the actual. Oh, obviously, also I have the remote ID, which is required by law if you're flying in America. Um, yeah, just make sure if you want to do this, just make sure you get your FAA registration, and I think you'll be fine. Just register it. Make sure you have your remote ID, serial number registered. It's like $5. Plus, you just need to take a small exam for your Trust Act, I think is what it's called, Trust Certification. It's different if you actually want to sell your services as a drone pilot. You would have to take the Part 107 exam. But I digress. Let's go over really quick the video of what I got from the park today. So I just went to the local park, and it's not a national park, so it should be completely legal to fly here. And let me go ahead and also turn down my opacity a little bit. All right, so I turned my opacity down a little so you can see the screen a little better, but I'm going to go ahead and play this video, and I'll just let it play while I talk. So, yeah, it was really fun. I'm personally an engineer, so I'm employed as an engineer, and I work on embedded systems, so this kind of stuff is right up my alley. But I really enjoyed building it. It only took me, like, if I add all the time together I spent on it, it probably took me like 5 hours. Could have taken me like 4 hours, but initially I had the propellers put on the wrong way, and it took me quite a bit of time to troubleshoot that. Yeah, so let's go over the video a little bit. So I've been going to this park for a long time. This is where I take Misha, my doggy. He's right over there sleeping. This is where I take him quite frequently. And, I always thought, like, what does this place look like from a bird's eye view? So I was really happy to have finally built this. I mean, I was grinning ear to ear last night when I finally got it up and running and it was working correctly. And then this morning I went ahead and attached the remote ID module and got that all configured, so perfectly legal to fly as a recreational pilot. But yeah, so I always come here and I think about, like, man, I can't wait to see this from a new perspective. I can't wait to see this from the other way. And so I finally get to see it now. And so this footage has not been color corrected. I'm probably going to do that afterwards. This footage, I don't even use an ND filter or anything, so I just set it to be the highest frame rate and the highest resolution. And all that considered, most people, what they would do if they wanted to take any kind of cinematography or cinematic shots, they would put an ND filter on, and then they would set the frame rate to be lower, and that's going to help with like causing motion blur at the bottom there where you can see. So what I did was I just, I went there, and I actually took off from the ground at first, and that's why you saw it had such a dirty, like dusty start, and I'm not going to do that again. But and in fact, I flew 2 times because I have 2 batteries right now. So you're gonna see. Actually, you're not gonna see how I took off because I forgot to record. Regardless, though, there I did a flip, I did a half flip, and then a full flip. Yeah, I mean, I've been practicing for the past like almost a year, with the same controller for like playing video games, like the DRL sim or Liftoff. And then something you should check out if you are interested in drones and you don't know why you feel like you're not getting better at flying using like the controller and plugging that controller into your computer and using a simulator. Part of the reason is because maybe you're not like as motivated to beat a time by like 1 second, like in a racing sim. But if you go on the Steam website, you can see that there's a bunch of games there that do use radio controls. Here, this is me attempting. Oh no, so I just did a regular flip. You'll see that there's a bunch of Steam games that actually use those radio controls. Um, so go ahead and get one of those, and the different kinds of games probably have you learning different things. But I picked up Firehawk FPV Sim, and what that is there's like you fly a drone with like 2 guns on it, and it's a roguelike. So there's 15 missions, and you repeat the missions or you repeat different missions on different maps. You're basically killing enemies with these guns. What that taught me though is in that game you actually have to aim the gun at the little soldier on the ground or whatever tank you're trying to blow up. So I became over the course of like a month just by playing that game, I became like 3 times better at flying FPV. Again, I hadn't owned a drone at this point. All of it was simulated from January to now. It's October 3rd, is it? This is the 4th. It's October 4th. So yeah, like probably like 10 months of practice for this moment right here. And oh, my battery's done. That's what was like that's what was beeping. So these are the batteries that go on the back of it. I just put it onto the drone like this so that this side sticks out this way and then the rest of the connector can reach it. I haven't been commentating on the footage almost at all. I do want to show what happened towards the end here when the battery lost all of its electric potential and not all, but you know what I mean. And it was unable to thrust for me. It was unable to lift off. So I didn't realize exactly how quickly these batteries do go down. That was me actually. Let me go back a little. That was me attempting a trippy flip. Tricky flick? No, juicy flick. Juicy flip. That's what I think it's called. Though I did it really slow, and I'm not actually experienced at all. Some interesting things. I might have been speaking over it, but let's see if I can find the spot where I ended up wiping out. So I flew around here. Anyway, so it's pretty cool. I mean, I go to this park all the time, and now I get to see the footage of what this place looks like. So yeah, just really awesome. Okay, somewhere around right here, I think. I'm flying back. Yeah, probably right here. Yep. So yeah, around here, I noticed that the battery was getting low, so I was like, maybe I should land it. And then I looked at the timer, and it only said like 6 minutes or something. So I was thinking like, I don't need to land it, right? And then I couldn't pull it off the ground, so it ends up wiping out. Um, eh, it's durable, so it is what it is. And you can see me, I run over to it and I pull it off the ground. I'm not worried that it's gonna break because they're very durable. Regardless, though, the second video starts here, and in the middle of my flight, I felt like something was off. I don't know if maybe I need to double check my propellers or what exactly, but when I was flying, I felt like something was off, so I just landed it. And this video is a little bit shorter, not a little. Oh, here's what was off. Here's what was off. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, one of my propellers is a little loose. Yeah, so good thing I stopped because yeah, good thing I stopped because maybe I would have gone high up and then a propeller would have gone loose and fallen off and then it would have just plunged. Um, so thankfully that didn't happen, but you can see me coming up here and wanting to see around. So yeah, I'm just gonna elaborate over what happened here. I basically uh I looked at the battery indicator and I was like, that's pretty low. I should probably land it. And then I thought like, nah, I got one more pass. And yeah, this happened. So it's not really a crash because just low to the ground, and basically you try to throttle, but the drone's not taking off because it's out of battery. So that's what happens. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and skip over a little bit because this was the next battery pack I used, and I only have two again. So here you can see I got a bird's eye view. Um, yeah, I mean it's awesome. There's a lot of applications to this, and if you're willing to go out and reach out to people and take that extra step, there's probably not probably there's a ton of opportunity to be um, taken advantage of for those who want to do this as a not just as a hobby but as a job. So there's also more cinematic drones that don't have those propellers on the side, or you can just crop out the propellers. Um, but yeah, I think it's really fun. You're gonna see me attempt to do a juicy flick somewhere around here, and I think one time I kind of pull it off. And for those who don't know, which is probably gonna be everyone, a juicy flick is one where the drone is coming towards you. Imagine the drone's coming towards you, and then what it does is it flies over something, it flips and it puts that thing it's flying over in perspective, and it slowly turns over like this while keeping its momentum going still towards you. So that's a juicy flick. I know exactly when it happens, and here you can see how I landed. This is a much cleaner landing than the first time, and I even waved to myself. But again, it wasn't perfect, and it's gonna take me a long time before I'm experienced and full-fledged drone pilot. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it taught you something. If you're ever interested, just reach out to me, and if you know me personally, then I'll probably help you with whatever you want to do. Because I love this kind of stuff, and if you need help building this kind of thing, then I'll help you. Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to show for this video. So